So you mentioned about having, it's important to have a really strong value proposition. That is, I think, your starting point. But surely the value proposition is based upon how strong it is based upon the customer's need, the customer's specific needs. So if you don't necessarily have a warm prospect, and you're wanting to warm them up, you need to get on the phone to speak to them, to assess those things. Where does the value proposition come in if that was your starting point?
Well, so you always have to introduce yourself. So the value proposition comes right out front and center after you identify who you are and your credibility, where you can say, I work with several companies similar to yours in XYZ, right? And the goal is to find out if it's the right time for them to have a conversation. And it might take more than one contact most of the time. And you already alluded to that at the very front, that you're not keen on answering your phone, right? Because you're not sure whether XYZ. And so oftentimes you may leave a message, and then, like I say, leave an email, connect with them via LinkedIn. So you have to be very professional, ethical, and courteous as you make your inroads if it is a call that you really do not know the individual. However, I'm really stressing, we don't just throw out there and prospect to anybody. So there is so much information on the web. The more sophisticated buyers, you can go to the SEC, you can read their SWOT analysis on their website, find out what their problems are, find out how you can possibly solve them, and that's sales enablement. So it just depends on the seller, right? What's your product? Who's your prospect? So it's getting really more sophisticated. It's not just picking up a phone book or what the people used to do. You really pay attention to who your prospect is and what their needs are.